Good Thursday evening, everyone. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm. It's the video we call Weather for Weather Geeks. Plenty to geek out about this evening when it comes to weather and science, and it's 2 months until the solar eclipse. We'll talk about all sorts of eclipse stuff in this video and in coming Weather for Weather Geeks videos as well. But first things first, of course, let's review today's numbers because it was a record breaker today. The old record was set 5 years ago. That was 58 in 2019, but we hit 61 just before 4 o'clock this afternoon at the Youngstown Warren Airport. Look how far above the average all these highs were today. At the airport, that's 25 degrees warmer than the average. It was 25 degrees warmer than average in Pittsburgh. 26 was the number in Cleveland. Just really, really remarkable stuff for this time of year. And, you know, today's record was kind of low-hanging fruit. A lot of our record high temperatures at this time of the year are in the 60s, so a record in the upper 50s was kind of ripe for the taking today, and we did indeed set that new record. And, you know, everyone knows that Ohio is the place to be in early February, right? Well, when you consider the temperatures compared to a lot of hot spots, we definitely were on the better side of things today. We got into the lower 60s today. Phoenix has been in the 40s and lower 50s all day. Vegas has been in the 40s all day long. Palm Springs only popped up to 61 over the last couple of hours. So yeah, the Southwest is cool and unsettled. Usually when that's the case, it's the opposite in the eastern U.S., and we are certainly seeing the benefits of this pattern right now. And speaking of a weird pattern, you know, it's been interesting over the last couple of hours. There's been tornado warnings out in parts of Wisconsin and Illinois. There's never been a confirmed tornado in the state of Wisconsin during the month of February. We'll see if there's a confirmed one out of these this evening, but there's been warnings all afternoon and all evening in northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin as well. In fact, this warning right here, both of these warnings actually have an observed tag on them, so that leads me to believe actually there may actually be tornadoes on the ground, or at least in recent history there's been some tornadoes reaching the ground, not just funnel clouds in that part of the country. Really remarkable stuff for February the 8th. That same system won't produce severe weather here, but as a cool front rolls east tonight, kind of dies off. It's really not much of a cool front at all, but it may be enough to trigger a couple of showers around 1 o'clock in the morning, give or take. But I think any shower activity is long gone by the time most of us get up and going tomorrow morning. Should be another very, very nice early February day on Friday. But today is the 8th. That means 2 months from today, April the 8th, is the solar eclipse with the path of totality in northern Ohio and northwestern PA. And we've been, you know, kind of discussing here and there when we have some quiet time, some of the topics related to this solar eclipse and just solar eclipses in general. And one thing that it just is a remarkable coincidence, the fact that we have total solar eclipses on Earth is just really a tremendous coincidence. And it's about the size of the moon and the distance between Earth and moon and the sun. The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun, but the sun is 400 times farther away than the moon is. And so they appear to be the same size in our sky, even though, of course, the sun is 400 times larger. In our sky, they're roughly the same size, and that means that a total solar eclipse is a possibility. If these numbers were somewhat different, this kind of phenomena would not be, you know, observable here on planet Earth. And, you know, if you want to talk more about and learn more about the eclipse, a good place to go is WFMJ.com/weather. If you click on the weather tab up at the top, there's a pull-down menu that comes up, and you'll find solar eclipse in there. And I've started depositing some short videos on this site, WFMJ.com, and again, click on the eclipse section underneath the weather tab. Some videos here. These are short, really bite-sized videos, 30 seconds to a minute. Explainers about different aspects of the eclipse, what to expect, historical weather on April the 8th. And we're going to keep adding content to this page over the next couple of months, but we've just kind of gotten started this week with adding some content, eclipse-wise, to our website. Again, WFMJ.com/weather. Click on weather and pull down that pull-down menu and find the eclipse section. All right, back here on Earth, as far as the next couple of days go, of course, the story remains the warmth for 2 more days. As we go into the day on Friday, we'll see some sun. I think the breeze will be a little more noticeable in the afternoon. Friday afternoon, though, temperatures will make it into the lower 60s. Our record is about 70 tomorrow, so won't be a record breaker. But here comes our first in a series of weather systems that will put an end to this ridiculous fake spring weather. Saturday, this cold front approaches. It's not a washout, but there can be some showers around, especially between, say, the hours of 9 or 10 a.m. and about 2, 3 p.m. before that and after that, weather will be pretty decent. In fact, I think the sun will try to come out before the afternoon is through on Saturday, leading to sunshine for our Sunday. This will actually be a nice day to wrap up the weekend. It'll just be cooler, not back to average. Keep in mind, it's early February. Our average high is about 36, 37. I think we'll top out around 44 Sunday afternoon. So still a pretty nice early February day, just not the 50s to around 60 anymore. All right, early next week, we still have that possibility of a quick hitting winter storm. Now, we don't think this will be some sort of big ticket item for our part of the country at this point. This will, be enough to, accumulate several inches, it looks like, just to our east, though. Central PA, parts of New York State, New England, especially interior New England, should do pretty well out of this. There's been some southward trends on some of the modeling today, but the end result for us is roughly about the same, no matter the storm track at this point. We would need a big deviation from the current modeled storm track in order to have a much different outcome in our part of the country. So I do think that snow is looking pretty likely Monday night, and I do think it's likely to accumulate some, but more than a couple or a few inches at this point just does not seem all that likely, because this is not the strongest storm in the world, and it's going to be moving pretty fast. As far as the timing goes, the first thing we may see is actually rain. Towards the end of the afternoon into the evening on Monday. There may be a brief period where we could see kind of a rain-snow mix or some sort of mixed precipitation for a few hours Monday evening, but I think overall this is a rain changing to snow situation. That changeover probably occurs late in the evening, something like that on Monday, and that snow will be with us for a fair amount of the overnight Monday night, probably tapering off towards daybreak Tuesday morning. And again, while I don't expect any sort of huge accumulation out of this may be enough to cause surfaces to be slick overnight Monday night into Tuesday morning. We'll, of course, go into much more detail on that storm system on Friday evening's weather for Weather Geeks over the weekend, and again Monday, right before that storm potentially impacts our area. In the meantime, thank you for watching on this Thursday evening. I will see you back here on Friday. Have a great rest of your night.